Hi crafty friends, it's Mary. I'm working on the current submission to Craft Roulette. On my card, the theme is a birthday card, a fun fold, and I am going to do a oh, what do you call those cards? I just had it on the tip of my tongue and now I can't remember. Where's my panel? My other panel. So I'm doing a 5x7 card, but I didn't have paper big enough. I only had regular 8.5 by 11 size paper, so I cut 2 panels, and I cut a seam. So I'm going to, because I want a top loading card, an easel card. That's what I'm doing. So I can make a top folding 5x7 card because if you did a top loading card, the panel has to be 14 inches from top to bottom, and you would need a paper that's big enough. So and even if I had scrapbooky paper 12 by 12, it would obviously not be long enough. So that's what I did. So now I'm going to use a stencil by Hefty Doodle. This stencil, it's called, I think it's just called Happy. Lots of Happy stencil. And it's GFDD347. I really like the stencil. And I'm going to stencil, this is going to be my background for the card, and I'm going to stencil. Let's see if I'm in frame. Yes, I am. Let me get some masking tape to position it down there. I don't necessarily want the flap to be colored. It's not a big deal if it is, but. And then I'm going to position it here and start it up there. I think what I'm going to do is, do I want it angled? I may angle it a little bit, because the nice thing about angling stuff is that it hides your mistakes if you go wonky on anything. So I'm just going to make a hinge at the top, and that'll hold the stencil down. And I'm going to use blue price ribbon because I'm making a birthday card for my cousin, who's also my godmother, and her birthday is in mid-December. She is the nicest person in the world, and I know a lot of nice people, and she is just awesome. And I need a brush. Let's see, which brush should I use? I'll use this one. I actually haven't even, have I? Yeah, I like that, because I'm using this stencil background. Blue is her favorite color. So, okay, so we'll do that. And I'm just going to stencil Happy all over the background. And my 3 colors for this challenge are going to come in the form of the flower stencil that I used on that panel, and that panel was already done. I had it in my stash. And that's the nice stuff. The nice thing about having colored stuff in your stash, because some days you just don't have crafty mojo to push you through it. And today is one of those days for me. I could sit. Oh, bummer. So there's how it's looking. Let's try to position the stencil back. Pretty easy stencil to line up, I think. There we go. And line it up. There we go. And I mean, I'm not worried about the middle too much because the panel's going to be on there, so I'm going to scoot this down a little bit so that it covers the rest, and try to find something I could use to, there we go. Align again. That looks good there. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving Day weekend, at least those of us who are here in the States and those of us who celebrate Thanksgiving. We had a nice relaxing Thanksgiving. We went to my sister-in-law's brother's house, and it was very nice. Did amazing dinner options. Okay, very nice. I like that. Nice angled. Okie dokie. And the nice thing about a stencil and this distress ink or inking is that you don't have to rush and clean it right away. You have a little bit of, you have time. So don't fret. It's not embossing powder, or not embossing powder, but nothing that needs to be taken care of right away. So let's move this out of the way for a minute. Let's clean the background of my table and my fingers. And then I'm going to get another piece of paper and just kind of wipe it down a little bit. And then I'm going to glue it onto the panel. And I just have really thin double-sided adhesive. And just use two. And do my panel. And there we go. And then we have a top folding card. Okay, so our base card is done. We'll put that aside for now, and we're going to work on this because I want to create a something fun. And let's see where I put that. The fun part of fun. We are going to turn this into a shaker, a flat shaker element. Let me see. What were the other things that I have to do with this? Birthday, vivid colors. Oh, a border. Yeah, we'll have a border, so I'm not worried about that. There'll be a border at the bottom. Because this is not 5x7, so it will lend itself to have a border on the bottom. And also when I'm going to put happy birthday here, a die, and that'll be a border in itself too. Yes, shaker element. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to take some double-sided tape and put it on the back. And you could do this with any panel that you want. I mean, it could be any flat panel you want. This is, I've seen this out there now lots. It's been, I guess you could say, trending. People are doing this flat shaker thing quite a lot. So I am not the one that created it or thought of it. I'm just falling on the bandwagon, and I like it. It's, you don't have to worry about dimensional adhesive or anything. I mean, I still like the other kind of shaker, don't get me wrong. Oh, well, I just messed up. Can you tell where I messed up? Do not. Let's see if I can fix it, because there's tape on the bottom, on the top. So I think I can fix it because I'm putting adhesive at this step to seal the package, okay? That's why I'm putting adhesive on it. And I was going to make the top where I'm putting my filling in. So I have a piece of clear plastic, and what I'm using is one side of one of my storage pockets. Now, I'm using the AVL storage pockets, and this is just one side. I cut the seams off of it, and I'm just using one side, and it's actually the side with the flap. I did another card a couple days ago, and when I was folding it, it kind of felt like this is actually a little harder or a little thicker plastic than this technique requires. So I was looking at some of the packaging that one of my new stamps comes in, a lot flimsier. I think that would be a better choice if you, that kind of doesn't save your packaging. Much better material, a lot more softer. So you could play with that. So okay, so instead of cutting off all the excess, I think I'm going to save as much of the excess on the top to cover all this tape, extra tape that I gave it, so that I can still use this. So right now, I am going to do the bottom. I'm going to start with the bottom. I'm going to go up and just 1/2 inch and do that. And just fold it over. So basically this is what I did. I just folded over, increased it, and I'm going to fold it. With my bone folder, create a crease. Like that. See? Now, I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to trim. I think I'm going to trim so that so there's not as much plastic here. I'm going to go like that and cut this at an angle. I'll show you. I'll do a close-up. So you see, kind of like that. I think I could get rid of the whole thing over here. I'll show you. Let me get in there. So, get rid of that. Can you see that? That's that. Can you see that? So I just trimmed it on an angle from the corner up and then from the corner in, so that it doesn't make too much of a weird bulge at that point. So, and now I'm just trying to get it as smooth as possible on this corner, right? And then I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to, and you could try to do this before you glue it down. Go in and go up a little. There we go. And once again, there's my corner. Okay? If you go right to the corner, nothing's going to come out because it's really sealed really well there. kind of a miter, if you're thinking of a frame. And since I used a 1-inch wide double-sided tape, there's tape still on the outside. So, okay. So now I have a pocket. I've created a sealed pocket, or 3-side sealed pocket. I'm going to put all my sequins and stuff in there. So I'm going to use some, what colors do I want to enhance? Some, let's see, what colors? We're going to go with some yellows and some whites. I thought I had some pinks. And these are too thick. Some reds. And some reds. So let's do the reds first. And just pour it in there. Okay, inside. Now, some people put some static, you know, some little bit of powder, talcum powder, or the static that you do before embossing. They brush it onto their envelope. I don't, because I actually like that my envelope, that some of my sequins stay on the top as opposed to falling all on the bottom. But if you don't like that, then go ahead and brush the inside, the side that touches your design, with some of your powder. I have this, but like I said, I usually don't do that because I kind of like that some of my sequences stay up on top. So now I'm going to do some white. And if you have chunky sequin mix, I wouldn't use those in this type of sequence box. I would just use flat sequences. There we go. I think that's good. Okay. So now, all the way down. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this side of the... And in this case, you see how we have this whole big chunk of plastic? I'm going to try to cut it down and off like that. Cut it down and off on an angle. And then trim it a little bit more. Just trying to get rid of any excess so that you don't form kind of a bulge up at the top. You want to make it as streamlined as possible. It does take a little bit of playing around and until you get comfortable. This is only the second one that I've done, so by no means am I an expert. Okay, so now since I'm going to put another piece of adhesive at the very top because the two corners have a lot of plastic on them. So I'm going to do it at the very corner, at the very top, right here. And now I'm going to fold it I'm going to fold it as tight as I can, bring it to the back. There we go. And burnish it to seal it. And I mean, in this case, since it was a long envelope, it actually went past my tape, so I'm good. I think I'm good. So I'm just going to leave it there. I could cut the excess because there's a chunk here. It grabbed onto this side of the adhesive, so it definitely passed the halfway mark, so I'm good. But obviously, when I put it on my card, this is going to be ugly and it's going to show, so I may still back it up with something else. We'll see. Okay, so let's see. So now if you, I can see here that the flap is a little bit wider than the card, so I'm just trimming a little bit of the plastic off on an angle so that it doesn't show, and I'm going to do it on the same side, on the other side too. There we go. And all my corners are good. They look all sealed. And there's my shaker element, my flash shaker element. See? And there's my flat shaker. See? I mean, not bad, right? Really cool. I love it. It's really fast and easy. And, I mean, it doesn't add a lot of bulk to your cards, so you can still mail it. But I noticed that this yellow mix, I didn't even notice it, but it has some chunky mixes in it. Look at that one. See, those are chunky. Should have noticed that and just pulled them out of the mix. But so that's it. So now I would mount this on here, right? But I think I want to cover the back with something pretty. So maybe a pattern paper or a nice pattern paper. Let me see what I have. Something in the family, in the blue family. And that one. I just grabbed something. Something like that. And I'm just going to... So, ironically, I didn't have to worry about that. But, hey, it's only paper. And tape. And time. No problem. And then, so, right here. As you know, I am all about double-sided tape. I seldom use liquid glue. Just not my thing. Okay. Okay, not 100% perfect, but doable, better than the alternative. Okay, so now I'm going to measure where I want this at. I want to leave a little border. Hey, why is it? Oh, when I cut through it, I cut a little slit. Really? Huh. Note to self, be careful when you cut your little paper. Not to worry, we'll fix that somehow. What can we do to fix that? I don't know what we can do to fix that. Just don't turn it upside down. We'll live with it. Oh, I know what we could do to fix it. We are going to take a little piece of this adhesive and we're going to stick it in there and see if we can do that. I have no idea if we can do that, but we're going to try. that was unfortunate. Nope. We'll have to find a better way to do that. It did go in there, but it went in as a ball. I'll figure out something later. Can't think right now. Okay, get that out of the way. So I want to have this in the middle, kind of like that. So I want to around there. So kind of around there. Glue it down around there. Okie dokie. So I know what I'm going to do. I think I have glitter paper, blue glitter paper. Green? No, not green. Blue, Mary, blue. Look for blue. No, get away from the purple. No, wrong. Maybe. Yeah, let's try that. So let's get this die cut that I want to use. Do I want to use this one? I kind of like this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this one. And that one would be by is that the one? I think that's Paper Smooshes. Yeah. I think we're going to go with that one. And what color we're gonna put it so that when it opens up, I'm gonna cut it a couple times and I'm gonna put it over here. And when it opens up, that will be the stopper for it too. Or since I have all these happies, maybe I should just do birthday here. No, I think I'll do happy birthday. The happy birthday. How hard is it gonna be? Yeah, I think I'll do that. Blue. I'll do blue because she likes blue. That's her color. Blue is her color. So, so I'm going to cut it out of this, and I'm going to add adhesive to the back of it before I cut it out. To die cut it. And then one more piece. Give me more paper. Okay, just die cut these. I think the 3 should do it. So let's put that there for right now. Come on, stand for me. So. like that. So now let's do the next one. Oh, there's the eye. Put it on top. There we go. And then the epi. Take all the little bits off of it. And line up most of the letters. There we go. Come on. There we go. And then the birthday. Get rid of all the little bits. Okay, start with the big B. Come on. The big B looks like a butterfly. Not to break any of them. No, I already misaligned it. Let's try backing it up. And there we go. Down and over. Sorry if my fingers are in the way. There we go. That looks good. Then start sticking it down. I think this T is too high. Lower the T part a little bit. Shift it. There we go. The dot is still in there. Good. Add it. And now the last layer, the top layer, we're going to do is for the top layer. We're going to ink it, but we're going to ink it after it gets die cut, I think. Because I think I'm going to ink it right on the paper. So I could just get the top layer. There it is, there's the paper. Okie dokie, one more time. Okie dokie. Get the H on. Oh, that's going to be perfect because it's pretty high now. Get all the little bits off of it. And now for the next one. Okie dokie. There we go. Nice. So it holds it in place. So now let's see if what I'm. Let's see. Let's be very careful. Oh, where's my Where's my my dots? There, my dot. I'm going really light. I didn't even reload my brush from when I did the stencil. And I'm kind of trying to get ink on the edges of the letters. There we go. I like that. See? Very subtle. What's happening here? Oh, I think I have, where's my tweezers? I don't know what that is. I think it's one of the little bits that didn't get cleared out. There we go. Okay. That's it. And then I could write my message up here. It doesn't want to stick. It's bowing a little bit, so I'll play around with it. There we go. So, I think that's my card. And then you seal it like that. It goes into an envelope and it's a shaker card. That's my shaker card. My flat shaker card. Flat shaker. Why did I forget how to call this card again? What's this? Flip card? What's this? FUNN fold. I can't think of the name again. But as long as somebody does, as long as you do, I think we're good. This is my card. It was pretty fast, right? Yes, I really like this technique. I really like these flat shaker cards. And I think I will think about how to fix this. I have an idea. And I am going to look for what's going to allow me to do it and come back and with how I fix it. Until that time, I will see you later. Bye.
Hi, crafty friends. Mary back. Okay, so I finished the card this morning. Here it is, standing up. It's an easel card. Mental faculties. I don't get out much. I guess I don't talk to adults much. Okay, so here's what I did to fix my little tear on the envelope, on my pocket, on my shaker pocket. I used a photo corner. I created a photo corner out of glitter paper. And I added it to the two top sections of my card using a punch, of old punch that I had in my stash. This is a Martha store punch that I have had for over 20 years, I think. So, and once again, before die cutting it or punching it, I it had double-sided tape. So I just did it on the two top corners, and I did it in blue because blue is my like main color that I'm popping out. And then what I did was, in this card, since it's for someone that I know who loves turtles, I stamped a little turtle and a sentiment on the front, and I stuck it right to the front of the pack of the shaker pocket. I trimmed around the turtle and then kind of fuzzy trimmed around the sentiment, and I used a MFT Stacy Yakula stamp, and it's called, what is it called? Sending Sweet Celebration Wishes. So I used that one. And that's my card. On the inside, I also stamped a banner, which I will probably not color. I'll just leave blank like that and fill it in when I address the card. So that's my card for this week's episode. I will upload it later. And until next time, take care. Bye.